So, I like to start everything with breathing because I think that that's really the foundation of everything that we do. So let's go ahead and start standing. We're gonna start with our feet under our hips, maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, and if you can be barefoot, I would recommend it just so you can really feel the ground and get your feet. You know, your feet need to be mobile as well. So go ahead and soften your knees. We're gonna put our hands on our low ribs, our belly, and then we're gonna think about sealing the mouth, letting the tongue touch the roof or palate of the mouth, and we're gonna take a slow inhale through the nose. And when you breathe in through the nose, see if you can just focus it down into the belly, allowing the belly to expand. And then on a slow exhale, I also want that to come out of the nose. I'd like your exhale to be a little slower than your inhale. Really passive. That actually helps turn on the parasympathetic nervous response. So we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do just a slow inhale in through the nose. Let your belly relax. I know we wear tight pants or we suck the gut in, but it's really important to let your belly relax so your diaphragm can move and pull that breath down. And we're gonna do that one more time. Slow inhale through the nose. Let it all hang out, ladies. And let it go. Okay, now we're gonna start by patting our belly. So your arms come out and give your belly a nice little pat. And what we're doing here is just waking up the digestive system. We're getting blood flow to the area. And honestly, this patting technique, it just feels really good. It just feels like you're awake, you're alive. So just enjoy it. If it's too aggressive, or if you're pregnant, or if you have any stomach issues, feel free to just rub your belly instead, okay? And then let's go ahead and let's all rub our bellies. And then we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna let our arms shrug up, shoulders shrug up, and we drop it down. And we're going to bounce a little bit and just kind of get the body moving, knees are bending. And again, just that idea that energy is circulating through the body. Maybe give it a little visualization, feel your blood pumping. And still breathing in and out of the nose. Let that go, and then we're gonna take our left palm up, and you're gonna pat your chest, and pat it all the way down to your hands. And then let's get those hands for a second. Really getting them, get some blood flow there. And then we're gonna go top of the hand, and up to the neck and the shoulder. And then take your thumb up and come down to the thumb line. And then bring it back up and take it underneath to the pinky line. And then take it down the side of the body. And we're gonna bring it across the chest, and the right arm goes out, and we're gonna come down to the palm. Give it a little clap. And we're gonna go top of the hand, up to the neck and the shoulder. Thumb goes up, and we're gonna come down to the thumb line and bring it back up and take it underneath to the pinky line. Nice, and then let's take it down the side of the body to the chest. We'll rub the chest, solar plexus, right where the ribs open, and then get the belly again. Just kind of calm it down. Now we're gonna lean forward a little bit, pat your sacrum, just above your tailbone, and then let's bring it out into the glutes. Let's stay in those glutes for a little bit, especially if you've been sitting. Give them a little wake-up call here. I kind of get my palm in there. Just kind of dig in. Don't be shy. Get that booty. And then we're gonna come down the back of the legs and give it a nice little clap down, and then you go up through the inner thighs. So you can imagine energy flowing in that way, coming down through the outer thighs and up the inner thighs. And then down through the front and up the inner thighs. And then we're gonna rotate our ribs to the left and to the right, to the left, right, and we're gonna rub that belly. And then hands come onto the hips. Let your feet go a little wider, and we're going big circles. So just imagine you're in a barrel, you're giving yourself a big circle, you're trying to hit all the edges. Really allowing those hips to just smoothly roll around on top of your leg bones. Let's go the other way. Good. And whatever range feels good for you, don't push it. You want to stay in a good spot here. And then we're gonna close our fists, make them really tight and then open them wide. So I'm thinking about kind of like getting some blood flow into the hands and the fingers. Good. Now we're gonna do a little flat back over. So we're gonna reach our arms up to the sky, really drop the shoulders. I'm gonna come to the side here. And then we're gonna send our tailbone back and the crown of our head forward. So really imagine this, the energy flowing that way. Really engage the belly, ribs hugged up. Now you can come down as far as you can with straight legs, or go ahead and bend your knees and let everything hang to the ground. Let your head go. Now tailbone gets heavy, your abdominals really draw in, and you're gonna stack yourself up. Use your abdominals to pull yourself back up to the top. 2 more times, reach, send it back. Oh, it feels good in those hamstrings, coming down, roll it up. Yes, 1 more time, just flow through it. And if it's too aggressive, you can always come halfway, put your hands on your thighs. Just do what feels good for you here. The most important thing here is that we're moving. All right, so let's start with little circles in the shoulders, okay? So I want you to keep your arms straight first, because it really helps you get into the shoulder socket, right? And then add the elbows. You're gonna feel how it switches up a little bit, maybe get into the pecs a little bit more. And then let's go full straight arm. And as we take those arms around, make sure those ribs stay down. We don't wanna let the ribs pop up, because we wanna really focus in the shoulder. Good, now let's keep the arms straight and let's circle the other way. Just really honing into that shoulder socket. And then let's add the elbows. And go full arm. Anyone doing that push-up challenge? Are you feeling this right now? Because I am. Good. Awesome. And then we're gonna swing a little bit. Just let it go. And you can go a little closer, you can go a little further apart. And again, I want you to hone in on what's happening in this rib cage. We don't want to let the ribs flare out. That puts compression into your back. So we are trying to hold the core stable as the arms swing, yeah? Now we're gonna go forward and back. And when I go back, I really wrap the back of my armpit up and then give myself like a little hug. And we're gonna just alternate which side is on top. Ooh. Now let's go right over left. Give ourselves a big hug. If it's available, walk your fingers all the way into your shoulder blades and try to pull your shoulder blades apart and slide your shoulders down your back, right? So we're not all crunched up in the neck. We're really trying to create space there. Drop your chin towards your chest, maybe roll the head a little bit. And you can even give yourself like a little sway or rock and just kind of find that place where it feels good. You want to stretch it out. Breathe between those shoulder blades. Good, let's restack the head and then bring the arms down, elbows underneath your shoulders. We're gonna go rotate open. So these are called waiters or saloon doors or something like that, but I want the idea to be that there's just like a hinge from your shoulder to your elbow, and it's like a door hinge, opening open. Good, again, working that external rotation. Nice, let's take it out again, and now we're gonna go left arm over, give ourselves that big hug. See if you can dig into those shoulder blades, shoulders down and wide. Feel that spread across the back. Drop the head and just give yourself a nice little hug and move it around and just explore that stretch for yourself. Awesome. Let's do those waiters one more time. Elbows down. So these waiters are a really good one to do if you've just been at your desk here, you know? Oh, sit back. Go ahead and just open those arms up a couple of times. Nice, now keeping that nice open chest, open collarbones, we're gonna take our hands onto our chair. And so the idea here is that those elbows wrap in towards each other instead of here. You see the difference? Keep it open. Now from here, step back. Your legs can stay straight and you can send your tailbone beyond your heels, and now we've got those hamstrings opening up again. Now we want to think about the ribs really staying lifted here, right? If we collapse the ribs, ow, low back, okay? So keep the ribs hugged up, keep the belly in. Now as a unit, your spine starts to lower towards the ground. The idea is to try to get your arms behind you in space so we can open up into under the lats, under the armpits, and into that upper back. Now, I know this could cause some tension in your low back, so two things you could try is just coming a little higher, don't go so low, or bend your knees. So if this is aggressive for you, go ahead and bend your knees. But if you can keep those legs straight, you kind of get a double whammy here. You get the hamstrings and the upper back. So go ahead and just breathe softly in and out of the nose here for a moment. See if you can just allow your spine to gently melt towards the ground, increasing the stretch. Now I want you to bend your right knee and keep your left leg nice and long. And feel that left sit bone really reach beyond the wall behind you. So hopefully you're getting a nice stretch to the left leg. And now I want you to drop your right arm to the ground, and we're gonna rotate our ribs towards the left and reach. And do you feel how that gives you a deeper stretch to the back of that left leg? Let's just do that, like unwind and do it like 2 more times. Nice, take that right hand back. We're gonna straighten the right leg, soften the left knee, reach back through that right sit bone. So already that left hamstring is lighting up. Drop the left arm to the ground and rotate and reach to the right a few times. Okay, and back in through center. Come roll yourself up. And then we're gonna finish with a piriformis stretch or a hip stretch. So we're gonna take our right ankle on top of our left thigh and really let it turn out for a second. So go ahead and just really let it turn open and then start to crease at the front of the left hip. Bend the left knee and try to sit back into your hips here. A lot of times this left hip is gonna kind of shoot to the side. So think about your left sit bone trying to draw towards the right on a little diagonal there. It can be a little challenging to find your balance here, and that's kind of part of it. It's a little more work here. And just allow that right knee to try to fall to the ground, and then maybe deepen the crease of the hips a little bit more to deepen the stretch. Spine stays long. For 3, 2, 1, and stand tall. And we'll just do the other side, and we'll call it a day. So left knee goes open as much as you can, nice and tall. Soften the right knee, bend at the hips, crease at the front of your hip points. Sit back into that imaginary chair and really feel the knee kind of drip to the ground. Be aware if you're rounding, that really loses the stretch. Feel the length of your spine, and now it's in the hip. You can even play with it. Do this and go long and feel the difference. And then let's hold that stretch for a moment. Maybe a little deeper if you can. Awesome. Go ahead and stand up nice and tall, shake it out. Last thing I want to do, I lied, I want to do one more thing. Let's get those hands. So interlace your hands, press through the palms, really send energy and stretch through the fingers. And then bring the hands back up, palms face up, elbows go down. And we'll go back and forth for 3, 2, 1, and then just go the other way, interlace your hands the other way. And go back and forth a few times. Nice. On the last one, let's send it out. Send it up to the sky, drop your shoulders, and then break them apart. Keep the hands flexed. We're gonna push the walls away till we come down to about shoulder height. Wrap the back of your elbows forward, melt your shoulders down, and really flex through the fingers till you feel a nerve glide through your hands. Breathe here for a second. Go fingers down, fingers up, moving through the wrist. And then all the way down. And that is all. Thank you so much for being here with me, guys. Happy New Year.